Hi, welcome to Austin Reviews Everything, where I, Austin, review everything and anything. So today I'm going to be doing a sort of different review. Instead of reviewing the actual system itself, I'm going to be looking at if a DSI, or in my case, a DSI XL, is worth it in the year 2020. Now, both these systems came out 10 years ago. I believe the normal DSI was 2009 and the XL was 2010. And you can actually buy these both at GameStop still. Looking at my prices at the local store, a DSI is $49.99 and a DSI XL is $59.99. It's only a $10 difference for a bigger screen. So they obviously don't make normal DS games anymore. And if they do, then it's no first-party titles by Nintendo. So really, when you buy this, you're not going to be looking at what new games come out, obviously. You're going to be looking at what games you can get, what there is. So, first of all, it's important to note that the DSI and the DSI XL have various hacks on them. So if you want to use something like an R4 card, or there's even an SD card slot hack that you can use to play games. Of course, these games would be ROMs and would be pirated. So that is a choice you'd have to make up to yourself. Now, I've played quite a few games on here. And I have to say, most of them still hold up. Pokemon Platinum, which is currently on the screen right now, I still consider one of the best Pokemon games of all time. I've already played 3 hours of it, and I just got this system less than 24 hours ago. Kirby Squeak Squad, which was one of my all-time favorites, I really enjoyed. But at the same time, there were other games that were a bit worse than I remember them being. For one, I got the LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, and it looked a lot worse than I thought it would. Of course, it could just be because it was made for the DS Lite way back in the day, and this is a bigger screen with more pixels. But nonetheless, so far most of the games I've played have actually been really good on the system. The system itself is great. I'm not going to go through the UI and the menus because I'm sure that if you're familiar with the DSI, you've seen them, and if not, there's 1,000 other videos you can go through them. And honestly, there's not a lot to go through in the menus. You can use Flipnote, you can take photos, you can no longer download any software from the eShop or play online because those servers have been shut down. There is, if you already own stuff for the DSI, there is a way to download it, again, off the eShop, but according to the Nintendo website when I looked yesterday, that will actually be going away at some point in the future, but it did not have a specific date. Now, you're probably wondering, why would I buy this DSI over, say, a 3DS or a 2DS, since they can play all these games that are already on here, and also they can play 3DS games? Well, I'd say the biggest reason would probably be if you plan on hacking the system at all. I personally did the SD card hack so that I could play more games. Also, in my experience with my own 3DS, the software tended to slow down a lot on the 3DS, where sometimes it would be practically unusable to get into a game. And although I still keep my 3DS because of Alpha Sapphire and Pokemon X, I do think this is where I will play DS games from now on. Now, the one thing that I really kind of miss compared to a 3DS is having a home button. Now, you can tap the power button once and it will take you back to the home, but I do miss having a dedicated button for it. Other than that, I really like the DSI more than I do the 3DS. I like the stylus more. Since it doesn't fold up, it feels stronger. I really don't miss the circle pad because mine got stuck a lot, and it just feels like a good system. It doesn't feel like it's going to break or anything, and I like that. Now, of course, if you're not familiar, the DSI doesn't have a Game Boy slot. But if you do end up doing one of the SD card hacks, you can actually put Game Boy ROMs on it anyway. so it doesn't really matter in the end. So I would definitely recommend this. If you just kind of want another system, for me, I really just wanted to play Platinum again, so I went and bought this. They're relatively cheap, and if you can get yourself, if you can trade in a few games, you can actually get it for cheaper. I think I paid technically $15 for this out of pocket because I traded in some games. So it really is a good value, and they're good systems. You know, the DS was one of my favorite systems growing up, and it holds up still in 2020. So I definitely recommend it. I would definitely recommend it if you plan on hacking it, because really, even if you don't want to do the SD card hack or anything, you can find R4 cards online for really cheap, and you can just have it as a nostalgia machine. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the DSi XL and the DSi in 2020. I still think it's a great system. Some games don't hold up that surprised me. I really figured Lego Star Wars would be way better, but it didn't really hold up. But other than that, it's a great system. I mean, between Pokemon and Kirby Squeak Squad, in less than 24 hours, I've probably already put 4 hours of playtime in the system. So it's really great to have. And also, as much as I love my Switch, this is more portable than a Switch. And when it came out, Nintendo said that the battery was around 17 hours, which I haven't tested out, and I'm sure isn't inaccurate since I did buy this system used, and most systems are going to be used, so the battery has probably degraded a little bit at least. But it does get more playtime. It's more portable than the Switch, so it's definitely a good option to bring with you if you're going somewhere, especially if you're worried about losing your Switch. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the DSi in 2020. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please subscribe, and thank you guys for watching.